Hello Manchester United family. Man United news, four-man striker transfer shortlist emerges as Ineos move sparks controversy. Manchester United already have one eye on the summer transfer window when signing a new striker will be among the most important priorities for Ineos and Ruben Amorim. Manchester United are preparing to face Lyon in the quarter-finals of the Europa League on Thursday following their goalless draw in the Manchester derby. Both sides drew a blank in a disappointing showing at Old Trafford on Sunday, but United still have plenty to play for. With Ruben Amorim's side sat 13th in the Premier League, their Europa League campaign has taken on even greater significance. If they can get past Lyon and win the semi-final and final of the competition, then a place in next season's Champions League awaits for United. While that is still a tall order for a team who continue to struggle for consistency, it is the only plausible route back into the big time for Amorim. The Portuguese coach has already got one eye on the summer transfer window where the club are plotting the much-needed major overhaul. A striker is just one of the positions that desperately needs to be addressed, and there is news on that front in the latest headlines from Mirror Football. Four-man striker shortlist. Ipswich Town forward Liam Delap is at the top of Manchester United's transfer wishlist this summer, it has been claimed. Delap has scored 12 goals in 30 Premier League matches for the Tractor Boys this season, and their pending relegation to the Championship will trigger a release clause in his contract. The 22-year-old striker will become available for £40 million, and he is the club's #1 target, ahead of Napoli striker Victor Osimhen, Sporting Lisbon's Victor Gyökeres, and Hugo Ekitike of Eintracht Frankfurt. Osimhen is on loan at Galatasaray currently and has just 18 months left on his Napoli deal. Gyökeres worked under Amorim at Sporting and has a remarkable 44 goals in 44 games this season, while Ekitike has managed 19 at Frankfurt. Controversial tour confirmed. Manchester United will be heading out to Hong Kong and Malaysia after the Premier League season ends. They will fly out to Kuala Lumpur straight after their last domestic game on May 25th before playing against ASEAN All-Stars on May 28th. The two-match tour will reportedly earn United £10 million, with Chief Executive Omar Barada mentioning the significant additional revenue it will drive in the press release. All the club's biggest stars will be expected to jet out to the Far East to satisfy sponsors and the fans. It comes despite increased concerns among players and experts about burnout and injuries and environmental commitments. Club co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe has emphasized the need to drive more revenue and suggested the club could have gone bust in the winter without his widespread cost-cutting. United legend Paul Scholes is worried that he is painting himself as a villain through his. Victor Osimhen makes summer transfer decision after Man United rule out signing him. Victor Osimhen is set to leave Napoli in the summer transfer window, though Manchester United have halted their pursuit of the Nigerian international over his wage demands. Victor Osimhen is still targeting a move to the Premier League despite Manchester United ending their interest in him. Osimhen is free to leave Napoli in the summer, having spent the season on loan at Galatasaray. The 26-year-old has maintained his reputation as one of Europe's top strikers. The Nigerian has scored 28 goals in 32 games for Turkish giants Gala this season, and they are well on the way to winning the Super League title. Osimhen previously fired Napoli to the Serie A title back in 2023. But relations between him and the Italian side have broken down, and they are keen to sell him in the upcoming transfer window. While Gala may be keen to keep him, there is not thought to be any option to buy clause in their loan agreement. Napoli are hoping to bring in a fee of around £55.5 million for the striker. Osimhen is expected to demand around £9 million per year in wages, far above what United are willing to pay. Instead, the Red Devils are now prioritizing a move for Ipswich Town's Liam Delap. Though United have halted their pursuit, ESPN report that Osimhen is still targeting a move to the Premier League. The striker is said to favor either playing in England or joining Napoli's Serie A rivals Juventus. Along with United, Chelsea and Arsenal have both been linked with moves for Osimhen. All three have made signing a striker a top priority for the summer transfer window. Victor Gyökeres and Benjamin Sesko are also targets, potentially making Juve a more likely destination. Osimhen himself remains uncertain of his future, insisting he is keen to enjoy the season before discussing it. At the moment, I don't know. Until a few months ago, no one would have even thought about Galatasaray, and many even thought I would leave in January. I personally live for the moment, he said recently. I don't know what will happen in the summer, but I can say that I am in love with these fans. I love this club, the president, the staff, I love everyone associated with Galatasaray. For me, it is truly a privilege to be here and I am enjoying this experience. Galatasaray Vice President Abdullah Kavuku believes that Osimhen will announce his decision at some point this month. He insisted Gala remained keen on bringing him back permanently but admitted they may be outgunned. Osimhen will announce his decision in April. At the moment, 5 of the world's top clubs are interested in him. His arrival here was a dream, he came, and for now he is playing with us. In January, there was talk of a transfer, but he stayed, he told Sport Mediaset in March. He loves Galatasaray very much. Right now, he is the dream of all our rivals. Although we are focused on winning the title, we have not had direct discussions with. Gary Neville contradicted himself with comments about Ruben Amorim's tactics at Manchester United. The Manchester derby was dull on Sunday and Gary Neville criticized the modern obsession with tactical shape in football. Everyone wondered whether Manchester would be red or blue on Sunday. It turned out Manchester would be bored. Manchester United recorded just 2 shots on target in the Manchester derby. Although Ruben Amorim probably felt his side did enough to win the snooze fest. Manchester City, the 4-time successive Premier League winners, were awful at Old Trafford and looked exactly like a team that might not qualify for Champions League football next season. Gary Neville was on commentary and said, "It's like we've got to a point in football where teams are frightened to death to give the ball away, make a mistake, take a risk. They're all so obsessed with shape. Nothing off the cuff is happening in lots of games. This has got to stop. The excitement and beauty of the Premier League is the sort of thrust and energy and excitement, and doing things a little bit differently. This 45 minutes is a non-entity. It's not good enough from either team." After the game, Neville spoke on his podcast and added, "I don't think there was one player who walked off that pitch disappointed about drawing 0-0 from either side. They all walked off sort of thinking, we're okay here, got away without making a mistake. It was that type of game. It was really disappointing. I apologize for my co-commentary actually. I think I let it get to me. I was boring on there as well. That was drab as well. I think the congratulations and love-in that I'm watching says both teams are happy with a 0-0. The best Man City and Man United teams would be very disappointed with the way they've approached the end of that game. It looks like it's Sunday afternoon and they're gonna go for a roast dinner together now. They're micromanaged to an inch of their lives, so robotic, and it's symptomatic of a lot of games that we're watching nowadays. I'm disappointed. It's a Manchester derby. It should have more blood, thunder, and risk and courage involved in playing the game and winning the game than that." Although Neville apologized for his comments during the game, they caused a stir on social media, along with his subsequent comments on the game being robotic and disappointing. Most supporters who listened to Neville would have agreed with him. The derby was 90 minutes of everyone's lives they won't get back. The Premier League is becoming something older generations don't recognize as football, and there are sometimes games where both teams' tactics cancel each other out. That is what happened last weekend. Both managers' tactics limited the other side but harmed their own threat. It was not free-flowing and minimal risks were taken, as Neville said. But, in a strange way, the game represented progress for United. Amorim inherited a struggling side, which Man United, preparing £50 million offer to land long-term target amid Liverpool and Real Madrid interest. Man United saw bids rejected by Everton to sign Jared Branthwaite last summer and are expected to show interest again. Man United have held a long-standing interest in Everton centre-back Jared Branthwaite and saw bids rejected for him last summer. They are expected to show interest in him again this year as the likes of Victor Lindelof and Johnny Evans are expected to leave, with the future of Harry Maguire also up in the air. Branthwaite has made 27 appearances for the Toffees this season, and despite being just 22, is one of the leaders on the pitch for David Moyes' side. He is under contract at Everton until 2027 and is expected to command a lot of transfer interest in the summer. Not just from Man United. Man United willing to offer £50 million for Braithwaite. The English centre-back has emerged as one of the most in-demand defenders in world football after a couple of superb seasons for Everton since he broke into the starting 11 after loan spells at Blackburn Rovers and PSV Eindhoven. Last summer, Man United reportedly bid £35 million to sign Braithwaite, a figure that was quickly rejected by Everton, who would be looking for significantly more money for the 22-year-old. According to Caught Offside, Manchester United are reportedly preparing to offer £50 million for Branthwaite in the summer. However, it is not clear as to whether this is a figure that Everton would be more prepared to accept. The report says that Liverpool and Real Madrid are both keen to sign the 22-year-old too. But Everton would likely be unwilling to sell one of their best players to their Merseyside rivals. The Toffees would most likely rather sell Branthwaite to Madrid, as they would prefer to sell him to a team that isn't in the Premier League and a team that they will have to compete with moving forward. But Madrid have been linked with several other top centre-backs, including William Saliba from Arsenal and Dean Huijsen of Bournemouth, meaning that United could be cleared to make a move for Branthwaite. He is expected to remain a top priority for the Red Devils, even though they signed both Lenny Yoro and Matthijs de Ligt at the centre-back position last summer. Do Man United need to sign Branthwaite? It has been clear this season that United's biggest weakness is in attack, as they have scored the 6th fewest goals in the Premier League this season, with the likes of Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee struggling to find the net regularly. Defensively, United have improved this season, and more recently they have seen the emergence of young talent Aiden Heaven, who they added in the January transfer window from Arsenal's academy. Heaven has made 3 appearances for the Red Devils since joining and has impressed manager Ruben Amorim, who hinted that his performances could change his transfer plans for the summer after Heaven's more regular performances due to United's injury.